My father was visually impaired. He did not come from a wealthy family. When he left the countryside, he was from the village of Tinde, which is in deep south part of Trinidad. When he came to Port of Spain, which is the capital of Trinidad, in the early 50s, essentially the only job opportunity that he was presented with was an opportunity to weave baskets and cane chairs. And because there wasn't anything else to do, he took it up. In about 1966, he was given another career choice, and that was to make beer boxes at the Carib factory. Despite his visual impairment, he was able to get married, have 4 kids, build a house, and send his blind son to school in the United States. I can go on and on and on about the possibilities that are created when you have the types of technology that is available today for persons with disabilities. I just wish more persons with disabilities were taking advantage of it, because I know there are people who become disabled and many times they give up in life because they see blindness as a kind of death sentence.
I come from a culture where the persons with disability, the expectations are low to none. When I was growing up, I knew that there was something wrong, with my eyes, but it didn't affect me as much. When I went to college, that's when it started, affecting me, and I wasn't able to read regular print. I wasn't able to see the computer screen that well, and so at that time, as I said, I wanted to really give up and say, well, this is it for me.
We were celebrating the 10th year anniversary of the UN Convention on the Rights of Persons with Disability. Having this convention is extremely important to persons with disabilities around the globe. It essentially says to people like me that the world is on our side.
The celebration that we held to mark the 10th anniversary of the UN Convention on the Rights of People with Disabilities really showed how important it is to put people with disabilities front and center, and to actually have them chair and lead the discussion on the issues that concern them. So we were so happy to have Ancil and Sonia Torres come and speak to us. And also the chair of the session, he's an advisor on human rights and disabilities. From them we learned so much, and that's what we should always do. Dominique Brathwaite from the Trinidad and Tobago Red Cross Society is a shining example of the contribution that people with a mental disability can make as a volunteer. Persons with disabilities, they know very well what they're capable of. They know their needs, and many of them know their rights. So this is something that is becoming more and more clear.
The biggest result in the Caribbean is that you have disabled people getting an opportunity or getting opportunities that they never had before. For example, in Jamaica and in Barbados, you have two visually impaired people, one in each country, who was appointed as senators in the parliament of both those countries. And what that means is that there is a greater focus on bringing legislation to respond to the needs of persons with disabilities. I attended a meeting yesterday at ILO headquarters, and it was very encouraging to hear about the ILO guide that was established to convince employers of the need to incorporate disabled people in their planning. So I guess my question to you and the panel is, if you come from a country where this is the kind of legislative reality that you're confronting, what do you advise them to deal with this kind of challenge? How can we harness the influence, the power of ILO to combat this type of blatant discrimination?
The benefit to the business of having a clear policy is that they also need to create a culture within the organisation that it's okay to seek an accommodation.
The worst obstacle to inclusion of people with disabilities is actually in the minds of people without disabilities. It's very important to have somebody like Sonia Torres and other people with disabilities in leadership roles. First of all, for what they bring themselves, and also for the role model that they are to other women and girls with disabilities.
I was introduced to assistive technology, and that's when Mr. Ancil Torres came into my life. And basically, with the assistance of assistive technology, I was able to complete my education, and I was able to have a career. And so basically, it really opened up a whole new world for me. I was able to, it's like I was able to see again.
Technology means employment. Technology means entertainment. Technology means transportation. Technology means safety. Many times when you are in the trenches, out there fighting the battles to advance the development of persons with disabilities, many times you feel alone. But when you have a convention like this, it says that there are other people who are willing to take up the cause and help you fight it. Having allies of all types involved in the effort, I think gives the effort a lot more credibility. It gives us a lot more strength in our message. The Red Cross has a long established reputation for good works and positive outcomes.
The latest resolution that the Red Cross, Red Crescent movement adopted in 2013, it really also stresses the leadership and the recruitment of people with disabilities into our own organizations. I feel that I'm learning something every day, and for a seasoned humanitarian worker and civil servant like myself, I need to be motivated. I need to feel that something new is happening. And by working with people with disabilities, I feel that we are able to reach those that need attention the most. What keeps me going is to put all the good principles of inclusion and justice that we have in the Red Cross and the Red Cross Crescent movement, to put them into practice. And if we're going to do that, it means working directly with people with disabilities.
Unity will bring us the prosperity that we so desperately seek. So anything that you as a disabled person can do, as a non-disabled person, the focus and emphasis must be on unity and working together. Regardless of your station in life, you can still reach for the stars, and with sufficient confidence and effort, you can touch the moon.